Hello everybody and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. We're going to continue from where we left off on Tuesday. So we're going to go to the council right now. We're going to get whatever quests have been handed in. And then we're going to set up some new quests before we start exploring again and speaking to everybody. That's quarters. I don't think we've got anybody to judge, have we? No. So many people are here now. Open this, open this. Let's speak to you first, Josephine.
And what else did Lady Forsythia say? That she'd rather drown herself than help the Inquisition. Anything else? She said she'd have us flogged alive if we allied with her brother. That does sound like her. Cheer up, Josie. We at least have her attention. You always do find the brighter side of things. We are in the midst of cementing an alliance with Lady Forsythia of Navarra, your worship. It's become a somewhat delicate task.
Can I do anything to help negotiations?
Thank you, but I believe I have matters in hand. I dissuaded her from sending soldiers when she learned we'd struck an accord with a brother she's feuding with. Lady Forsythia simply employs a colorful manner of speech.
You're rather good-natured about threats of death and dismemberment.
They are chiefly bluster, Inquisitor. Most of them. But I confess I do miss my staff from the embassy in Antiva. It was always useful to discuss the day's visitors with them.
I have time, if you'd like to review things with me.
I wouldn't wish to impose.
If it were imposing, I wouldn't have offered.
Well, I admit there are a few potential alliances it would be good to discuss. Right on the parlor floor, in front of everyone at the soiree. Who does such a thing in front of their guests?
The Duke of Kellington, apparently.
And then there's Cole's lurking. It frightens our guests half to death. Lord Jennar still won't respond to our letters. And Sarah, can she not find a single overshirt with that mustard taint on it? Then there's Dorian. The man refuses to take anything seriously unless it suits its whim. Not to mention... Oh goodness. Have we been here an hour already?
2.5 hours, I think, but no one's counting.
Oh, dear. I didn't intend to go on for so long. You must think me quite the gossip.
He needs a break, exactly.
You've been working continually since I met you, Josephine.
And that can't stop. I must be going. But I leave feeling less troubled than I have in weeks.
At least she's been working hard, she needs a break. Okay, Josephine's ready to return to reporting as well. Right, let's go and speak to the rest of them. I'll keep going through the wrong door. You have to get down the stairs. Got a nice little sofa there. Still nothing about the prisoner, that's fine. I've already spoken to you. I'll do the war council in a bit because I've done it. Another letter here. Construction report requests a fight. Workers finishing the banner placement are requesting more important tasks. Several wish to train with swords so they can fight more directly serving the Inquisition. They travel to join our war, not dress up a keep. Can't say I disagree. Foreman Sheriff. Our enemy cut a hole in the sky seen everywhere. We look upon it from below, but it need not humble us. We may fight because we are many. We are many because the Inquisitor inspires. The Inquisitor inspires because of his growing legend. Part of this legend is what the masses find on arrival. That is the job of your workers. Not vanity, but veneration. Not impulse, but elation. Their skill as workers is greater threat to the enemy than their number in half-trained soldiers. Exactly. We don't need people half-trained. We need people who are actually willing to do the other jobs which they may not seem as important. I think they're important. Gatsy was there. Speak to him in a bit. Speak to Varric first. to this side.
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
I think until we do the Lyrium quest, it's not really much. No, I do have
Something?
to make Corpheus.
What can you tell me about this Corypheus?
I'm not exactly an expert, but ask away and I'll answer what I can.
You fought him, didn't you?
How did you first encounter him?
A few years back, I was dealing with some trouble from a Carter clan that went rogue. They were sending assassins after the Hawk family. We tracked them to a rune in the Villarks. It turned out to be a trap. Once you went far enough into the rune, there was a magic barrier that kept you from going back. The whole thing was a prison the Grey Wardens were using to hold what they thought was a powerful Darkspawn.
I've never heard of Wardens locking up Darkspawn. Why wouldn't they just kill him and be done with it?
I don't think they could. From what we saw in there, Corypheus can control Wardens somehow. They couldn't attack him. The Wardens locked him up because there was nothing else they could do.
Yeah, they're not powerful enough, which is why we need extra people.
He looks like some sort of blighted creature, but he speaks. What is he exactly?
The Wardens who imprisoned him thought he was just a Darkspawn. But you heard him ranting. He claims he's a Magister. One who assaulted the Golden City, what, more than 1,000 years ago? It seems crazy, but if he's telling the truth, he's one of the people who caused the Blights.
You and Hawk both said before he was supposed to be dead.
He was dead. We killed him. The only way for us to escape the prison Corypheus was trapped in was to go through him. We weren't going to just leave the door to his prison open behind us and hope he was dead. We made sure.
All right, I think that's enough about Corypheus.
No problem.
Okay, it's good here. I think everybody's going to say much. I wonder if Solos will speak more.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, you ain't going to say any more, are you? Hello. Oh, no way. Okay, this is onto the walls over here. We'll do that in a sec. Where's this lead? Oh, okay, back out there, that's fine. This one up here. Let's go and speak to everybody up here.
Anything interesting?
A letter regarding Felix, Alexius' son. He went to the Magisterium, stood on the Senate floor and told them of you. A glowing testimonial, I'm informed. No news on the reaction, but everyone back home is talking. Felix always was as good as his word.
Was.
He's dead. The Blight caught up with him.
Are you all right?
He was ill, and thus on borrowed time anyhow.
That doesn't mean you can't regret his death.
I know. Felix used to sneak me treats from the kitchens when I was working late in his father's study. Don't get into trouble on my behalf, I tell him. I like trouble, he'd say. Tevinter could use more mages like him. Those who put the good of others above themselves.
See, if I'd have known he would have died, I would have killed that other guy. I would have killed his dad.
With the two of you...
Felix and I? What an odd question. No, I had no intention of abusing Alexius's hospitality by seducing his son. Not that I've been proper my whole life, by any means. It wasn't like that. Even in illness, Felix was the best of us. With him around, you knew things could be better.
You certain you're not making him into someone he wasn't?
He occasionally neglected to bathe. Should I mention that in his eulogy?
Probably not.
He wasn't perfect, but he was a fine young man. I'll miss him. Thankfully, Felix wasn't the only decent sort kicking around Thedas.
Fiona?
I heard of your verdict on Alexius, Inquisitor. Servitude is kinder a punishment than I would have given, but I won't complain. He may wish you'd done worse. My fellows have some interesting ideas on exactly what he can do as compensation.
You're not still the Grand Enchanter, then?
Any claim I had to the title ended along with the Circles of Magi, although some still call me by it. Perhaps the Circles will one day be resurrected. If so, another will take the position. Until that time, I lead my fellow mages by default. I will do what I can for them.
You believe they'll recreate the Circle of Magi after all this?
It depends on who the next divine is, and what she offers. We can't go back to the way things were. But endless warfare benefits no one. That is why I agreed to Justinia's conclave. There must be another solution.
You were once a Grey Warden.
Mine is an unusual circumstance, Inquisitor. Normally one is part of the Order until death. But long ago I found myself stripped of what made me a Warden. They tried to reinitiate me, but nothing worked. Nor could they figure out how it happened. So I was sent to the Circle of Magi, the first Warden ever to be kicked out. Quite the achievement.
You sound happy about it.
Becoming a Warden seemed like a dream when I was first conscripted. Towards the end, however, my brothers and sisters, they felt I had somehow cheated death. I was glad to leave. It also made me unique in the Circle. I had an opportunity to do more than I ever could as a Warden.
You mean you began the Mage Rebellion?
Oh, we already did that one.
Another time,
Oh, what's up here? Oh, she's got her own quarters. What's down there then? What's down here? Oh, okay. Okay, so we've got a night door that leads up there. Let's go and speak to her. Let's go around little quarters. Everybody else is slumming it. You've got your own place. How's that possible? Construction report. Servicing. Paint, plaster, tile, plaster, stone. Previous occupants have redressed over and over. Most are solid. Some I would strip down to the stone. Strength of this place is the foundation. Are we here for the long term, or is the Inquisition temporary? Absorb masonry. Do it right. The Inquisition is only temporary if we fail. And we're not failing the Inquisitor, Sir Morris. Exactly.
You've made such intriguing design choices for the castle, my dear. They must be inspired.
Thank you, Vivian. I'm glad you approve.
When things have settled down a bit, I will take you to Val Royo and introduce you to my seamstress. And appearances are important. We can't have you mistaken for a commoner.
I should be one of them.
If I want them to see me as a man of the people, I should look like one of them.
By all means appeal to the common folk, but be a figure that inspires them. You command an army of the faithful, outfitted by the coin of the nobility. You must be a man who the common folk aspire to be and to whom the nobility bow.
And you think I can accomplish this purely through fashion?
It is a weapon in your arsenal. Don't overlook it, my dear. As the stories of the Inquisition spread, more and more people will wonder if you are the man they saved. They will question what they've heard, but they will believe what they see. They must see someone greater than legends.
If that's your standard for me, what does the Divine have to live up to?
Andraste and the Maker cast very large shadows. The Divine absolutely must set the example for all Thedas. She must seem to be the embodiment of the Maker to the faithful. She needs the authority of the Maker and the charisma of Andraste.
It will be no small task to fill that vacant throne. Do you need something, my dear?
I was just seeing. Oh god, she says no, she doesn't like us. I know that. Yeah, she doesn't actually like the Inquisitor. She's more into her rich things. We'll always try later. See if she wants to be friends. I want to speak to all these first, though.
Inquisitor?
No, not you. You ain't got much extra to add yet. Turning research. Oh, another letter. On the condition of charge, Elonia. Okay, we already know about that. We've already read that before. No, I've already read that. Speak to Liliana.
Did you need something?
I'll leave you to your work.
It's a shame we can't actually say more to her after when we did the mage quest. We found that she was actually probably one of the better characters. She really did put herself on the line. She went through a lot. She went through torture for us. Not only that, she gave her life for us. So I don't know why we can't, unless we've got to wait and advance the story before we can advance our friendship with her. She's quite secretive anyway, but that's maybe just her, isn't it? And there's nothing else up here. There's lots of people though. Let's go back downstairs. Let's go into the courtyard. Can I jump down there? I can, can't I? Whee! There's that up there, which I could go to, which I'm not going to do yet, because I'm going to go around here. Oh, you know what? Screw it. Let's go that way first, and then we'll go back through the castle that way. Cullen's in here. Oh, let's speak to Cullen then. While we're here.
I've found where the Red Templars come from. They're in full redoubt. The knights were fed red lyrium until they turned into monsters.
Oh god.
Samson took over after their corruption was complete.
How do you know Samson?
He was a Templar in Kirkwall until he was expelled from the Order. I knew he was an addict, but this... Red lyrium is nothing like the lyrium given by the Chantry. Its power comes with a terrible madness.
The Red Templars swarming Haven were proof enough.
We cannot allow them to gain strength. The Red Templars still require lyrium. If we find their source, we can weaken them and their leader.
I like finding the Red Templars' vulnerabilities before fighting them head-on.
We'll need every advantage against what courses through their veins. Caravans of red lyrium are being smuggled along trade roads. Investigating them could lead to where it's being mined. If you confront them, be wary. Anything connected to Samson will be well guarded. As leader of the Inquisition, there's something I must tell you.
Whatever it is, I'm willing to listen.
Right. Thank you. Lyrium grants Templars our abilities, but it controls us as well. Those cut off suffer. Some go mad, others die. We have secured a reliable source of lyrium for the Templars here. But I no longer take it.
You stopped?
When I joined the Inquisition. It's been months now.
Cullen, if this can kill you...
It hasn't yet. After what happened in Kirkwall, I couldn't. I will not be bound to the Order, or that life any longer. Whatever the suffering, I accept it. But I would not put the Inquisition at risk. I've asked Cassandra to watch me. If my ability to lead is compromised, I will be relieved from duty.
Are you in pain?
I can endure it.
Cassandra takes things as seriously as you do. If she has no problem with this, neither do I.
I thought you had a right to know. The Inquisition's army must always take priority. Should anything happen, I will defer to Cassandra's judgment.
It's his wishes. Let him carry on.
At your service.
That's it. Yeah, that's all. Well, we can always come back through here in a bit. I only wanted to see what was around here, and it's just that. Nothing extra. Let's get back through this way. Because there are a few things. Excuse me. What's that way? Do. Mother Giselle's here? No way.
My Lord Inquisitor, it's good of you to speak with me. I have news regarding one of your companions, the Tevinter.
Has Dorian done something wrong?
No, thankfully. It's nothing like that. I have been in contact with his family. House Pavas out of Carenas. Are you familiar with them?
What? Okay, no, not all.
I've never spoken to Dorian about his past.
The family sent a letter describing the estrangement from their son and pleading for my aid. They've asked to arrange a meeting quietly without telling him. They fear it's the only way he'll come. Since you seem to be on good terms with the young man, I'd hoped...
I'm not going to trick him, sorry.
If you think I'm going to trick Dorian into meeting his family...
I feared you might say that. The family will send a retainer to meet the young man at the Red Cliff Tavern, to take him onward. If he truly does not wish this reunion, he can always end the matter there. I pray you change your mind, Inquisitor. Perhaps their letter will persuade you. If there is any chance of success in this, it behooves us to act.
Okay, official looking letter, Your Reverence. I understand that you feel inadequate to the task of bringing Dorian to a secret meeting, even in the asking. Find difficult to believe myself, considering my son has rebuffed all contact. It is the only way I know him. He would be too proud to come if he knew, even just to talk. That is all we wish to do. The thought of Dorian in the south, placing himself in the path of such danger, alarms us more than I can express. If this somehow succeeds, we have a family retained at the Vadrol Hills watching for Dorian's arrival. He will bring the boy to us somewhere private. If Dorian utterly refuses to go with him, it ends there, and there's nothing we can do. We are at our wits' end. Graciously yours. I'll have a think on it. Who's this?
Hello, honored Inquisitor. Gotzi Sturhall. Did my part on the walls. Now I'm on this strange collection you've brought us. Don't know it's worth to the fight exactly, but it's good workmanship.
Where did you learn your skills?
Orzammar. Carved a few statues in my day. And before you ask, yes, I chose to leave. I carved a paragon who turned out to be a sodding madwoman. Couldn't stand looking at her. The memory of a dwarf, right?
Okay.
Do you have insight into the stories these tiles are supposed to depict?
Tell you what, you finish one, and I'll write it up. Who better, right? A good dwarven perspective.
Any ideas about the origins of these reliefs?
Tevinter, early. It's in the tool marks, the grain. That's hard dust mined from the 100 Pillars, if I know anything. Oh, I suppose the scene is probably full of Tevinter robes, too.
The 100 Pillars?
Damnedest things. Massive spires that aren't stone. It's like a mortar. Don't know more than that. Strong, though.
Okay. What's through here?
Best of the vein, Inquisitor.
Oh, okay, a garden. That's cool. Let's have a look in the garden.
Fertile ground, even here. This hold has everything.
It's pretty cool. Okay, we've got some people to talk to here. Something to read as well. Construction report scaffolding. Third floor in as many days. We need more sandbags. It's almost impossible to drive an anchor between these blocks. The place was built to last, but that makes it a fight to build it up.
Inquisitor, Elan Vimar. Honored to represent the College of Herbalists and offer my services as apothecary. I intend to carry on the work of my esteemed colleague, Adan. He thought highly of you. You will be missed.
I look forward to working with you.
And are you? I wasn't sure what to think of you people, but recent events have put those doubts to bed. All the mundane needs of Skyhold will be well tended. If you note anything special, let me know. I'm here to serve the cause we must.
Okay, cool. Let's have a look around. What's this? I can't go through there yet.
It's you. Your worship. I'm serving now. In a different way.
Oh, curses. Examine. Bride of the Maker, though I am flesh, your light is ever present, and those I have called, they remember, and they shall endure. I shall sing with them the chant, and all will. We are yours, and none will stand before us. That is to an Inquisition agent. My darling Wilbur, I'm so proud of you. We hear so much about the Inquisition in the village. It makes me happy to know you are doing your part. I am sorry about what happened to Haven. I will light a candle in the chantry for the fallen. Please take care of yourself. I know what you're like. When things get busy and the fate of the world hangs in the balance, you must take care of yourself before you can help save the world. You know, don't forget to eat. You're still in the mountains. It must be cold and wet. Why couldn't it be a fort in the hinterlands? Then you'd be close to home. Well, dress warmly. Shall I send you a blanket? Anyway, you should write more often. I understand why you can't tell me what you're doing. You shouldn't keep secrets from your mother. Love always, Mother. P.S. What do you mean I have to address the letters to Rector? Is that what they call you there? Why, your name is Wilbur Quigley. It's a good name. Wilbur was your uncle's name. He fought in the Battle of Riverdale. We are all so proud of him. Are you ashamed of your given name? Why are you ashamed, Wilbur? Oh dear. Oh, plant seeds. Common. Fruit. What's rare? I've got no rare one, so we'll go common. Blood lotus in that one. And we'll go elf fruit in that one. Let's go here now. Oh.
Not so standard. That'll guide the dragon right in.
By the time it's across the growing feature, that growing pink.
Stand here.
With allies come enemies. And now we have a place to hold them.
Your worship, the cells are ready for the enemies of the Inquisition. Good facilities in Skyhold. Whoever built this knew how to keep prisoners safe but secure.
Prison structural evaluation. Harder job this. Structural features throughout. Major block shifted. It's set a lot of an age or more, so I had the workers shore it up and call it stable. Don't recommend rebuilding. If we change the weight distribution, it might stress cracks we can't see. Seen failures like this before in dams with the pressure of a flood behind them. What caused that in a prison this size? I don't want to know.
you know they won't attack here?
The dark spawn don't think. They burst through stone cut with their bloody hands, and they
Nobody needs to talk to.
You knew where Hawk was all along!
You're damned right I did.
You conniving little shit!
You kidnapped me. You interrogated me. What did you expect?
Intervene. Stay out of it.
I expected you to tell the truth! I told you what was at stake!
So I just hand him over on your say-so? It's okay, Hawk. This zealot isn't crazy. I promise. Look at her. She's finally lost it.
Leave me out of it. Stop this fighting.
All right. You've both made your point.
We needed someone to lead this Inquisition. Hawk was our only hope. He was the champion of Kirkwall. The mages respected him. And you kept him from us.
The Inquisition has a leader.
Hawk would have been at the Conclave if anyone could have saved Most Holy.
Varric's not responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
I was protecting my friend.
Varric is a liar, Inquisitor. A snake. Even after the Conclave, when we needed Hawk most, Varric kept him secret.
He's with us now. We're on the same side.
We all know whose side you're on, Varric. It will never be the Inquisition's.
Attacking him now won't help us, Cassandra.
Ha! Exactly.
And you better not be keeping anything else from us.
Ah, I understand.
I must not think of what could have been. We have so much at stake. Go, Varric. Just go.
You know what I think? If Hawk had been at the temple, he'd be dead too. You people have done enough to him.
I believed him. He spun his story for me, and I swallowed it. If I just explained what was at stake, if I just made him understand. But I didn't, did I? I didn't explain why we needed Hawk. I'm such a fool.
Good thing I still like you.
I'm serious.
You think I'm not?
I want you to know, I have no regrets. Maybe if we'd found Hawk, the Maker wouldn't have needed to send you. But he did. You're not what I'd pictured. But if I've learned anything, it's that I know less than nothing. Something is troubling me, Inquisitor. Leliana is receiving reports of mages becoming possessed, Templars going rogue. No one is dealing with these matters. I was hoping we might, before they get worse.
We can certainly look into it.
I will mark these incidents on the map as I learn of them, Inquisitor. And I would be pleased to accompany you if and when you investigate.
Do you have any advice for me?
Tell that demon, what does it call itself? Cole. Tell it to leave. He may not mean harm, but that does not mean he will not harm us. Spirits are not creatures to take at face value. Be cautious with him, Inquisitor.
Okay.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
We got another message here on it. What's this? Brick mark scarred us, stolen bricks. Found a brick mark I know from Elder's notes fired in High Ever before it was stacked in 480. That was a lace, but this door isn't, so it was probably looted. There may be others. So that time is long past, but the Inquisitors should know where they live. Gannon Mason. Our course rights to great or wrong crimes of the past will be eclipsed soon enough, as this becomes the home of the Inquisition. But send word to High Ever so they can amend their histories.
Is there a reply?
In due time. Hold yourself. Oh, Bells, it's you. Morris. Sir Morris, I suppose. I am serving as quartermaster for Skyhold and its arriving throngs. Stores are growing, and so long as we have fair coin to restock, you and yours will be well served.
What makes you ideal for this position? It's an important one.
My family has ties to several freehold militias, as well as cousins acting as officers in Ferelden and Orlais.
And your qualifications?
My family holds treaties with 3 new money Tevinter houses, and a rare Orzuma contract with a Paragon namesake.
And your qualifications?
To be honest, your worship, that was my question. I am the nexus of a dozen threads tied by others, designed to cast the widest and most appealing resource net. But I will rise to the occasion. Skyhold will want for nothing. I swear it.
The previous quartermaster survived Haven. Where is she?
She had views. Has views. Perfectly legitimate ones if you share them, Inquisitor. I believe it was felt that your quartermaster should be more palatable now that the Inquisition is in Orlais. She continues to serve, just not at the fore.
How's it going? Do we have what we need?
Our capacity increases, as do our requests to suppliers. I've had to threaten some contracts. It was exhilarating.
As you were.
We are here for you, Inquisitor. Of course, another time.
Someone left sliced plums on the windowsill again. The juice is attracting flies.
Oh, don't worry
There are
about it.
spiders everywhere.
Don't worry about it.
Plums were right in
Examine
front of
Harold's
me.
Rest, a place for all in service here to rest, recoup and persevere. Though weighs the heart, remember rest, your saving grace, the Herald's Rest.
Inquisitor.
And you are?
The bartender, Captain.
Just the bartender?
You were expecting...
Where's my old bartender? No, welcome to the Inquisition.
Well, welcome to the Inquisition.
Thank you. Welcome to the tavern.
What's the current mood?
Pick with 3 of the 4 humors.
What's the word out there?
7 people want your minstrel dead. They'd settle for smashing her loot. They're afraid she'd sing about it.
Where did you study? I assume you're trained.
Bartending? I'm no alchemist. You mix the bottles that don't taste like nug and you pretend to listen. I suppose I trained at home during feast day family visits. My specialty is ale. Old Antivan recipe. The secret is ale.
You're a bit of a hard ass. Why are you here?
If I could fight, I'd be in a helmet. If I was a mage, I'd throw fire. And probably be dead. But I can't do anything. Just like the hundreds of people who can't do anything. Who make sure the thousands who can do something can do it. Besides, if you know a safer place than your castle, do share.
As you were.
Inquisitor.
Okay. Iron Balls over out.
Hey, boss.
Okay, he's not got much else to add at the moment.
Nice talking with you, boss.
At the moment he hasn't.
And how much do you need?
Krem.
Inquisitor. That's got a good ring to it. We're happy to be here, Your Worship. You need anything, let me know.
We'll talk later.
Why are you standing on the chair, mate? Are you going to make an announcement? What's this? Read. Is it a quest? Take back the sky at tavern cheer. Now gather ye drunkards, that's how these begin. The songs of our heroes of wars and our kin. Burn out the fight as, and none of us cowards will drink to all hours, 'cause we know we can win. Oh, they cut into heaven and called it a door. The herald will lead us to even the score. We'll take back the sky and we'll give them the floor. We'll take back the sky and we'll give them the floor. The beast was upon us, our hopes all but drowned. At our necks a monster, at our heels a hound. But we found the fortress and it's frigging gorgeous. So join in the chorus and down a new round. Oh, he cut into heaven, we said it before, and Draste will guide us to even the score. We'll take back the sky and we'll give him the floor. We'll take back the sky and we'll give him the floor. We look to our leader, and heft up our crest, to show this Corpheus we're not impressed. He thinks we've been mastered, we'll beat down the bastard, and then we'll get plastered, we're blessed by our best. Ooh-ah! He cut into heaven, now sing it once more. Inquisitor, lead us to even the score. We'll take back the sky and we'll give him the floor. We'll take back the sky and we feed him his lie, and black his fell eye. Let all arrows fly, and then we'll have pie. Die, 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 die. We'll take back the sky and we'll give him the floor. Cool.
I hope I can help somehow. Maybe cleaning?
Oh, Inquisitor, I joined. Sutherland, Your Worship. I saw some bandits, so I came to warn people. I'll let your warriors know and then stay out of the way.
We don't need those chargers. We've soldiers enough without cell swords.
Is this Sarah's cabinet of wonder whose it was? Delivered one cabinet suitable for a lady's curiosities. If resources should be spent on such things. Sir Morris. Oh, it's just... okay. Speak to Sarah.
Hey you, I have an Inquisitor favor to ask. Just a little thing really. A little march around for some of your people. It's nothing for you, right?
I can't promise anything. We need every resource for the task at hand.
Everything has to have a purpose, right? Well, don't worry, this will too. It's a Red Jenny thing. I got a tip that some noble stiffs are arguing over Vershel. Land squabble. They're getting little people beat up. So I need you to go to your big table and send some people to walk through town.
Just walk through.
Just walk through. Easy, right?
Was this a tip from one of your friends?
Not a Jenny. Just normal angry people getting sick of being in the middle. I don't usually hear about things this far away. But having a friend like you is like getting really big ears. Bigger ears, I guess. Shut up.
Who's asking for this?
I'm asking because I heard people complaining. See, when nobles fight, it's not them. It's their little people stuck in the middle. It's like a polite war, so no one pays attention. But if you march through, the people up top feel threatened too. Stuff like this is always happening. Good sovereigns to be made if you're one of the few who notice.
What does the Inquisition get out of this?
Nobles think everyone is out to get them. So when your helmets march through, both sides will think the other's your ally. Both get scared, both make deals. Worst case, you get a little bump among the people just because they see you active. Can't promise anything, but something will happen. Just like always.
All right, Sarah. I'll have someone look into it.
It's fun, right? Being important without doing a thing. Well, not much of a thing. Not everything has to be torn skies and ancient arseholes. Every little thing makes a difference somewhere.
I look for coal.
What are you doing?
Listening.
Eyes rough, jangling armor hurts my ears, back aching, fingers too clumsy for knots. Wind cool like Aunt Eloise's pond, lips scalded as I sip, warmth blossoms, first kiss in the barn. What was his name? Tin jangle as the blood spills, Pierre's wrapped body on the wagon to the chantry. 5 more minutes. My fault.
Can you listen to anyone's mind like you did hers?
No, they have to need me. Pain, fear, sadness, guilt, anger, hurt. Things I can fix.
Can you do something for her?
Yes. It's okay. Nothing you did mattered.
What? Who are you?
They lie there, and sometimes they die, just like Pierre. You can't save them.
I don't know who you are.
Wait. That didn't work. Let me try again. You'll forget me in a minute. You can't save all of them.
What?
Like Pierre getting sick after you snuck out to Aunt Eloise's pond. You want it to be your fault, so there's a reason and it's not so frightening. But there is no reason. Pierre just got sick. The soldier was never going to live. It wasn't your fault. Better.
She doesn't blame herself anymore.
Not as much. It was bouncing around inside her, closing up into a ball of wrong. Now it's open. She'll get it out.
Well done.
Thank you for letting me help her. It's not how a person would do it. But it helped. That's what matters.
I like Cole. Surgeon, speak to him.
Inquisitor? Is there something I can do for you? I should really focus my attention on the injured.
Do we have many injured men?
Fewer by the day. The most grievously injured did not survive the journey to Skyhold. As for the rest, they either heal or... I try to make the passing painless.
I haven't seen you before.
The commander brought me up from the refugee camps. I'd been helping the pilgrims in simple ways. Setting broken bones, simple amputations and such. We need all the help we can get.
You want a mage? Shouldn't we let the mage healers deal with this?
Magic can't cure everything, and we shouldn't rely on it. Science, your worship, is the way of the future. Good health isn't magic, it's diet, exercise, and a balance of the humors.
As you were.
Your worship.
Anybody else to talk to around here? Oh, the starboards are down there, that's good. Oh, the gates are open now. Another letter. Construction report, mixed elements. I'll match best I can, but there are two substructures here. Skyhold was built in stages or rebuilt. Is this where we want to invest? If it's fallen before, how can we be sure if it won't fall again? Giant foundation repair. 2 words, the Inquisitor. Invest and commit. We are as strong as the will of the weakest of us. Damn strike, Cassandra. You tell them. No, we've got shops here as well.
Lord Inquisitor, Bonnie Sims at your service.
You've actually come.
I trust good secret was not too coarse. Now that you've come to some good fortune, you deserve an upgrade.
As master of the tradesmen, I stand ready to supply your every need.
Who or what are the tradesmen?
A following of sympathetic and profit-minded individuals who promote local craftsmen and fair importers. A guild of sorts. Although that implies counter-affiliations we are not interested in crossing. Our purpose in the Inquisition is legitimate and honorable. You will have what you need at honest prices.
Okay.
It's a shame Segrid didn't survive Haven.
It is, but one must continue.
That's it?
He was a shrewd man, but he was none too pleasant. It was time arrangements were made. I shall make every effort to prove that this is an upgrade.
What do you bring to the Inquisition?
What you need, and more. It takes great coordination to make a remote location seem central. While there is no doubt the boutiques of Valroyo display the grandest of the grand, they do not travel. At least, not yet.
Why are you a mere merchant if you're the master of this group?
I wish to avoid the suggestion that I am a posturing commander atop a structure of malcontents. It is better to remain active, hands-on. Do you not agree, Inquisitor?
We'll speak another time.
Certainly, Lord Inquisitor.
Minerva's here. She was inside earlier. Who else is here? Ah! Blackwall.
Something on your mind?
Varric's friend Hawk said there were suspicions of corruption in Grey Warden ranks. Do you know anything about that?
Corruption? What sort of corruption?
Corypheus. He's been known to influence the minds of Wardens.
That could very well explain why so many have disappeared.
If this is true, then all Wardens are in danger. Even you. We'd better find your brothers.
I agree. If Hawk's given you an idea where to start, we should get moving immediately.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Okay, stables, let's have a look. Horses, we've only got that one. Dracalisks, we haven't got any, have we? Oh, we've got a mountain one. Hearts. Oh my god. One of them. Exotics. What the heck?
Our mounts have never had better.
Master Dennett? He's alright. Okay, so what's up here? Oh, it's the kitchen, and there's lots to read in here. Oh, here we go. Request for supplies, potatoes, flour, dried peas. Okay, that's not really that important. No. You never know. How many times do I have to say this? If it falls on the floor, it's still good to eat. Is it? Another note from Skyhold Kitchen. Once again, please keep the elf out of the kitchen and check the sugar daily to make sure it is still sugar, not salt. If I ever find out who put the turnips in the fireplace, I'll personally feed them into the meat grinder.
There's no end of it. I can store an army.
You could do. Ooh. More law. Things to add to the codexes. Oh, hang on. Okay, the first Blight, Chapter 2. People today have little concept of the consequences of the second sin. Oh, believe me when I say that when asked. P.S. Chantry going forth with curse the use of foul magic, spitting and snapping their fingers, but none live today to actually remember the horror that was unleashed so long ago. Whatever records might have existed regrettably did not survive the chaos and ignorance that was to follow. We only have the tales of survivors handed down through the murky ages and the dogma of the Chantry to instruct us. And that is precious little indeed. I believe I am not understating when I say that the second sin unleashed the bane of all life upon feeders. The Darkspawn are more virulent than the worst plague, a heartless force of nature that came into our world like an ill wind. We know from accounts of later blights, as these Darkspawn invasions came to be called, never has a more appropriate name existed, that the Darkspawn spread disease and famine wherever they tread. The earth itself is corrupted by their presence, the sky rolling with angry black clouds. I do not exaggerate, my friends, when I say that a mass gathering of Darkspawn is an omen of dread cataclysm. It is said that those cursed magisters who became the first Darkspawn scratched at the very earth to find solace in the darkness of the dwarven deep roads, and there in the shadows they multiplied. Whether by intelligent design or by some last vestige of worship in their minds, they attempted to locate the old gods they had once served. They found what they sought. Dumat, first among the old gods, once known as the Dragon of Silence before the Maker imprisoned him and all his brethren beneath the earth for the first sin, usurping the Maker's place in mankind's heart. The slumbering dragon awoke, freed from the Maker's prison by his twisted followers, and became corrupted himself. Dumat was transformed into the first archdemon, his great and terrible power given will by a rotting unholy mind. With the Darkspawn horde following, Dumat rose and took wing in the skies once again, bringing ruin to the world the Maker had created. The old god had become the eye of a dark storm that would ravage the entire world. Oh my god, we got loads. Folly of General, not Sheraton. 5. In the days that followed, to avoid scandal, the appointing of Not Sheraton was claimed a grand tactic of the true general, who must have orchestrated the whole affair. From secret meaning the cloakroom, for not even his own attendants knew his face, and they would have had the guard whisk him to jail for trespassing. But with his mask restored and wary of the embarrassment, the general was merciful with Not Sheraton, imposing less than half the prescribed lashes and sparing her and her lord the gallows. They were allowed to leave Orleans on the condition that Not Sheraton was henceforth her name. What's this? Okay, we haven't unlocked that yet. Oh, what is green? What is green? Imagine I shall present to you an object which to my mind is of indisputable greenness and ask, does this thing appear to you to be green? Naturally you might say that it does, for you have come to recognize the appearance of the colour of the object to be green, associating the word with what your eyes see. But could it be my understanding of green differs differently from yours? What if perchance you could see into my mind? You might realise that all things that I name green are actually red in your understanding. Without the moorings of objective truth, we are set adrift in oceans of solitary experience. The promising opening to a lecture given by Carsten Groeck, philosopher, poet at the University of Orleans. The lecture's quality dropped significantly after this point, and ended quickly when Groeck subjected audience members to a poorly constructed ode to Chartreuse. He fled from the auditorium under fire from students armed with overripe red tomatoes. There we go. Right guys, I am going to finish this one here. In the next one, I'm going to see what quests we can do, and see if we can upgrade the castle again. Right, until next time, thank you for watching and take care.